popsicles will make our tongues purple, like a purple tongue from a giraffe. So if it doesn't work, we're gonna try something else. Hope you enjoy this video.
Okay, let's see.
This one's mine.
This one's yours?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's cut the end off. Well, right now, let's see, is your tongue purple right now? No. Okay, so you start. Okay, now the other.
I start eating it?
Yep.
Miss Julie, it's really hot out. Why are you wearing a long sleeve shirt?
Well, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt because I don't want to get sunburnt. And if I wear a shirt like this, then I don't get sunburnt. See, I have really light skin and I get sunburnt really easy. Do you get sunburnt easy? It's open.
I didn't get some.
It's open.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it rip a little harder so I can reach the...
There you go.
What?
This experiment isn't working that good. Put it in your mouth. Let's see.
It's cold.
Of course it's cold. And that's the good thing about popsicles. Popsicles are excellent. They're a great summertime treat. When it's really hot outside and you don't want to get sunburnt, you can come in the house and eat a popsicle. Let's see, is it working? Keep eating it.
Brain freeze. I got a brain freeze.
Here. How's the tongue? Oh, it's getting purpler. Keep eating. So what else do you know about giraffes?
I mean, the way they can drink water is if they separate their legs and then they bend their neck and their lips touch the water so they can suck on the water, and that's how giraffes drink.
You mean they don't just bend their head down to the water?
No.
No?
No, that's not how giraffes drink.
This was a messy science project. Okay, keep eating. How's your tongue coming? Oh, it's getting purpler. See, keep seeing.
I can't.
Is mine purple?
I can't. No.
No? Hurry
I
up.
don't know. I can't eat the whole thing really fast. I'll get a tummy ache.
Oh, well, you better eat it quicker than that or your tongue's not going to get purple. Is this a science experiment gone wrong?
Maybe.
I don't think so. I think it's working.
I really don't like grape.
You don't, but it's a science experiment. You can power through it, can't you? Can you get it as dark as my purple shirt? You don't like grape?
No.
What are you doing that for?
Ugh, it's gross. I can't eat another bite.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Let me try mine. Is it purple?
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look closer. Huh. I guess it worked after all.
Okay.
But that was the weirdest science experiment ever.
Let me see if I can make mine purple.
Let me see it. Let's see if it's getting purple.
I hope it is. I hope it is.
No. Oh my God, the science experiment is just so tough.
Oh. How does a giraffe's tongue get purple if it's not from eating purple popsicles?
Giraffes don't eat popsicles. They're herbivores. They only eat vegetables.
But
and
no,
plants.
they have purple tongues.
I know, but that's just the way God made them.
What? Wait a minute. What color is your tongue?
It's tan.
Tan? Let me see. Kind of pink. It's a little purple.
Mm-hmm.
What color is mine?
It's the same color as mine.
Oh, huh. But a giraffe has a purple tongue? And it's not from eating popsicles?
No.
Wow. I thought giraffes got purple tongues from eating purple popsicles. Well, I guess this was a pretty good science experiment because we figured that out. But why do giraffes have purple tongues?
We'll
Do
find
you know?
out on our lesson.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned for our lesson, kids.
But first, before we go, we're going to teach you how to search for fingerprints.
Fingerprints? What do fingerprints have to do with giraffes? Do you know what I know about giraffes?
No.
Maybe I won't tell you till the lesson.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and try the fingerprints.
All right, kids.
Okay, what does it say to do? Here's a cup. I'm going to put my fingerprints on the cup. Okay? This is my favorite cup anyway. So, usually has my fingerprints on it. I don't know if this is going to work or not. It doesn't really seem much like it's going to work.
All right, guys, so we're trying another way to make fingerprints. We tried using Miss Julie's coffee cup, but it didn't work.
No, I think we need a real detective. But we're going to try another way. So we're going to try using this marker. Let's see. Give me your thumb. Only use water-based markers. So we're going to color your thumb. Don't worry. We're just coloring a thumb. What?
This is crazy.
Okay, now carefully put it down on the paper. Go ahead. I'll help you. Okay, now lift it up. Look at that.
Oh my God, that actually works.
It's a fingerprint. Now let me see. Let me do it too. I'll make one that matches, okay?
I'm gonna wash this off.
Oh, just a minute. It can stay on for a minute. Let me see. I'll make one that matches yours, okay?
Look at that, kids. It's like I'm turning into a purple kid.
Yeah. All right, I'll make one that matches yours.
You did it!
Wait a minute. They don't match.
Because yours is bigger and mine is
Wait,
smaller.
no, but look at the lines in them. Do you see that? The lines in them don't match. I have lines going across mine. You have little swirly lines. Let's see. You do another one. We'll make another one. Let me do your other thumb. Make another one that matches me. I'm sure this one will match, okay? Let's see. Put it down on there. All right, pick it up. That doesn't match mine still. I'll try my other thumb. Do everybody's fingerprints match? This one's got to match yours.
Matches the other one.
It doesn't even match the other one.
Maybe it's because you're getting so big.
Huh. I don't understand. Let's show the kids.
See kids, these are
Can you guys see these? Look at that. Every fingerprint is different. Wow.
Mine are the same. Miss Julie's are the same.
No, each fingerprint is different.
Yeah.
They're the same size, but they're different. Wow.
Give me a purple thumbs up. We did 2 science experiments, but they weren't working.
Well, wait a minute. What did we find out? People don't have purple tongues.
But
Giraffes have purple tongues. We don't know why. They have purple tongues not because they eat popsicles. People can make their tongues purple if they eat purple popsicles. But giraffes, they're herbivores. They don't eat purple popsicles. In fact, they eat green leaves, and they don't have green tongues. So something's going on with that we got to figure out. And then fingerprints are different sizes for different people, and each fingerprint is different. I guess stay tuned for our lesson. We'll try to figure it out. Bye.
we're back, guys, and we're ready to do the lesson.
Yeah. Some things that we found out that are very neat about giraffes. One of them is we're right. Purple popsicles don't make their tongue purple. You know why their tongue is purple?
No.
Some scientists believe that their tongue is purple because they're so tall and they're eating leaves off the tallest trees. Their tongues would get sunburnt if it was light colored. Just like my skin gets sunburnt if it's light colored. But if my skin was dark colored, it wouldn't get sunburnt. And so God made giraffes' tongues purple so they don't get sunburnt while they're eating the tallest leaves off the trees. Isn't that cool? He did that just for them. You know what else we learned about giraffes? Can you show us with your giraffe how they bend down to drink water?
Like this.
Their necks don't reach the ground. Their necks just reach the tallest trees. So in order to drink water, they have to spread their legs way out, right? Way out like this. And then they lean way down. It looks kind of clumsy. and they drink water like that. They also don't need much water. Most of the water they get off the leaves from the trees. You know what else is really funny about a giraffe?
No.
This is something that's amazing. They only need about a half hour of sleep in 24 hours. Whoa! I like to sleep 8 hours in 24 hours. A giraffe only needs a half hour? How does he do that? Do you know? You have any ideas?
No.
Well, you know what? Giraffes sleep standing up. And they only sleep about a minute at a time. So that means every hour they might sleep for 1 minute or maybe even 30 seconds at a time. They don't sleep for very long at all. That must keep them safe from predators, right? Can I hold him?
Mm-hmm.
This giraffe has a lot of spots on him. Do you know that in real life, look at all his spots.
Yeah.
He's spotted from head to toe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that in real life, each giraffe has their own special set of spots? No two giraffes are alike. Just like people. You know what makes each person different?
No.
Remember our fingerprint game? We all have different fingerprints, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else has a fingerprint like mine. And nobody else has a fingerprint like yours, even if it's the same size as yours. The way that your fingerprint is designed is especially for you. Just like the giraffe spots are designed especially for them. Some have more light color than dark. It's all different. All of them are all completely different. So if you research a lot of giraffes, you might notice which ones are which, and you might remember depending on their spots. But people can't tell us by our fingerprints, can they? How can a person tell who you are? Do you know? Maybe your eye color? Is your eye color different than your brother and sister's? That's true, even though you might look a little bit like your brother or sister. Your eye color's different. How about by your smile? Maybe that might be something too. How about by the things we do? Do you think people can tell who we are by the things we do?
Yeah.
Or maybe the sound of our voice? The sound of our voice might be different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Each person. You know what else I heard about giraffes?
What?
At night when it's very quiet outside, giraffes actually hum to each other. Some people think it might be soothing for them to do that, or some people think that it might be a way that they tell where each other are at night in the dark, that they can hear each other and so they hum. So today's lesson is going to be about a body that's a little different than our body. Do you know how Jesus was born here on earth, right? We talked before about how Mary, his mother, had Jesus, but Jesus is the Son of God. But Jesus was a person who was actually here on this earth, including being the Son of God. So he was both, which was really cool. But because he was both, here on earth, Jesus had an earthly body, and he also had what's called a resurrection body. Anybody have any idea what that would be?
No.
No? A resurrection body means there was a body that Jesus had after he rose from the dead. Remember the story about Jesus dying on the cross?
Mm-hmm.
And then what did he do after that?
He came back to life.
He came back to life. He stayed in the tomb for 3 days, remember? And then he surprised everybody, even though he told people he was going to come back to life. But then he came back to life. And once he came back to life, he had what was called a resurrection body. And the way people knew he had a resurrection body is this. Do you think you would like to know Jesus when he was here on this earth and when he had a resurrection body?
Maybe.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We'll never know Jesus when he was here on this earth because he's already gone, but we'll be able to see his resurrection body. This is how Jesus told his disciples that he was actually Jesus, because they weren't too sure. They're like, wait a minute, are you really the same Jesus that you were? And he said this, he showed them his hands and his side. Then the disciples were glad when they saw the Lord. So Jesus opened up his hands and he showed them to the disciples. And he said, look, these are my hands. Remember when the Roman soldiers put nails in my hands and nailed me to the cross? He still had the scars.
Oh.
And they knew just like our fingerprints. Any time in my lifetime, if somebody needs to know for some reason, was that really Miss Julie? They can take my fingerprint, they can put it on this paper, and they can say, wow, that really is Miss Julie. She's right. Even if something else might change about me, maybe my hair color's different, maybe I'm older, maybe, who knows? I don't know, maybe I break my leg. My fingerprints are still always going to be the same. They're unique to me. Another verse in the Bible that talks about Jesus's resurrection body is John 20:27. This is another thing that was different about Jesus, or that they would know that he was actually the same person. So Thomas was somebody that didn't believe Jesus was the same person either. He thought, maybe this guy's just faking it. I don't know if it's the same guy or not. But remember the story about Jesus on the cross when they put a spear into his side? It left a mark, didn't it? And that mark was still there, even in Jesus' resurrection body. So he said, put your hand on my side. And Thomas did that, and sure enough, he believed it was Jesus. Thomas answered and said, my Lord, my God. So Thomas knew. Let's see what else proved that Jesus was Jesus. His body was no longer like ours, but it was made brand new, perfect and whole and powerful. In his new body, Jesus could appear to vanish in an instant. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Luke 24, verse 28 through 32 says this. When they drew near to the village where they were going, and he indicated that he would have gone farther, but they constrained him, saying, abide with us, for it is towards evening, and the day is far spent. And he went in to stay with them. Now it came to pass, as he sat at the table with them, that he took bread, and he blessed it and broke it and gave it to them. He had done that before. Then their eyes were opened and they knew him. So at that point, when he was starting to give them the bread, just like he had done before, they thought, yeah, this really is Jesus. Then listen to this next part. And he vanished from their sight. Wow. What do you think they thought when that happened?
I don't know.
I bet they were pretty amazed, right? They probably thought, whoa, wait a minute, he was just sitting here. Where did he go? Unbelievable, right? Hi, where have you been? Would you like to sit down and join us? Okay, we're talking about Jesus's new body after he died on the cross and rose again, okay? One thing he did was he vanished from their sight. As soon as they knew he was Jesus, disappeared. That's pretty cool. So they said to each other in verse 32, did not our heart burn within us while he talked with us on the road and while he opened the scriptures to us? And that means, didn't we understood that he was right here with us? What just happened? They were confused. That was confusing. So let's see. He could walk through locked doors. That's another thing Jesus could do. Wait a minute. He showed them his hands. So that was something physical, right? He showed them his side. That was something physical, right? And we talked about how our fingerprints always show that we are who we say we are, just like Jesus' hands showed who he said he was. But let's see, what does this say? In John 20:19 and 26. John 20:19 says, wow, so far, Jesus is a man, just like us, but he sounds like he's something else too. Then the same day, that evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, Jesus came out and stood in the midst and said to them, peace be with you. He came right out through a closed door. Oh, somebody wants to come in our door. Hello? Did you want to come in? You can come in our door. Where have you been? Oh my goodness, we're talking about Jesus. Do you want to come in and listen? Mm-hmm. Okay, come in and sit down. We're talking about how Jesus had a resurrection body. So a physical body, like he was here on earth and he had a physical body that the disciples all knew. But then once he died and rose again, his body was a little bit different. He could do different things. One of the things we just learned was he could vanish when he wanted to. I know. The disciples
Like a
were
ghost.
not like a ghost, like a resurrection body. The disciples were a little bit scared. They thought, what is going on? But another thing is this. Luke 24, 42 and 43. So they gave him a piece of broiled fish and some honey, and he took it and ate it in their presence. Wait a minute. Jesus' resurrection body can eat? And here's another one. It says, behold, my hands and my feet, that it is I. Handle me and see. For a spirit does not have flesh and bones, as you see that I have. He was telling him, wait a minute. This is me. I'm alive again. So they were really surprised, weren't they? The best part about his new body, that it was no longer an earthly body. It was designed for heaven. Jesus' new body would never get sick, and it would never die. It would be strong, healthy, and alive forever. So we didn't ever get to see Jesus' earthly body, right? Because Jesus is already in heaven now. So we weren't around when Jesus was a boy and he was playing here on earth. And his mommy and daddy were here with him, right? We didn't get to see him then.
That was 2,000 years ago.
A long, long time ago. So that wasn't, we didn't
It was 2 trillion.
well, we didn't get to see Jesus then, did we? But will we get to see Jesus' heavenly body? What do you think?
When we go to heaven, we will.
When we go to heaven, we will. And how will we know when we're in heaven? How will we know that it's Jesus?
His scars.
Any clues? You're right. His scars.
And
do you think we will be able to say to Jesus, can I see your hands? And will he hold his hand out?
Yeah.
And say, look, my hands. Will he have his fingerprints? Just like we have? Yes, he will. Just like we do.
Wait, why will,
What?
how will his hands do anything?
His hands are going to show the scars of the nails that were in his hands when they nailed him to the
Like there's
cross.
like gonna be a hole?
There's going to be a scar there.
Like a boo-boo?
Yeah, just like, let's see. I have a scar here on my hand.
I
Right
have a
here.
scar.
See, it's shaped like a C. I cut my hand really bad one time and I
see?
had to have stitches. See it? I have a scar. Just like that. You might have scars that you have too. By the time you get older, you might not have any
How did
now.
you do this?
Well, we colored our fingers. But anyway, so Jesus, okay, was born a man, okay, and then once he died on the cross and he was resurrected, then he had a heavenly body. We don't have our heavenly bodies yet. Do you
What's
know?
a heavenly body?
A heavenly body is a body that's different from our earthly body, but there will be some things that are probably still the same about it, just like Jesus' heavenly body. People still knew him. They knew who he was. And people will still know us. I'm sure they will. How do people know us now? We talked about this when you guys weren't here, but they know us what? By our voice?
Our hand?
Our hands. They know us by our fingerprints, right?
Mm-hmm.
If people need to know exactly who we are, they can take our fingerprints and they can match it up with a fingerprint and they can say, oh yeah, that really is Miss Julie. But your fingerprint doesn't match my fingerprint.
Look, I missed you.
Yeah, and your finger doesn't match her fingerprint, and her fingerprint doesn't match your fingerprint. Nobody has a fingerprint that's like anybody else's. It's all different. God created each one of us as individuals, and each one of us he created to have a special purpose here on this earth. Do you know what that special purpose is, no matter who you are?
To love God.
Love. Yes, you're right. Love. We're supposed to be loving. Because Jesus isn't on this earth right now, right? So how would people ever find out about Jesus? We have to tell people. So our giraffe, where'd the giraffe go? Did he vanish? Oh, there he is. One of the most interesting things is giraffe spots are
All
never
different.
the same. They're all different.
Like tigers.
Just like
Like
our fingerprints.
like tigers.
Tigers are the same too? They have
No.
different stripes?
Yeah.
Wow, that's neat. Okay, so what keeps people safe here?
God.
God does. And do we know our verse? What's our verse?
God is our
Refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear. Psalms 46:1. So as we go through our week this week, let's remember that God made each one of us what? Individuals, right? And God made Jesus have an individual human body, right? Just like us, that we could see with fingerprints and arms and legs and everything, just like we have.
Ow.
But Jesus is the only one so far that's had a resurrection body.
What does that mean?
That means he rose from the dead, and he will live forever. He won't die again, ever. He's alive forever. What's going to be our animal next week? Anybody know? That's going to be our last
I know.
lesson. Oh, I'm going to be sad. Our Sundays on Safari lessons will be over next week. What's it going to be? Any idea?
Baboon.
A baboon, you're right. The baboon is
What
the
about
next
the-
lesson.
There's the crocodile and the warthog. We haven't done the warthog yet.
Oh,
The
there's
crocodile.
extra animals?
Yes, the warthog and aardvark, aardwolf, hyena, and so many other animals.
Oh, man.
We can't be done just yet.
Huh.
We can't miss them.
Oh, I'll have to think about this. Maybe we can do some more.
Yay.
We'll see.